Hey everyone, let's just dive right into today's explainer because this one is absolutely fascinating. We're looking at a piece by author and educator Jin Lee called Your Idea Deserves More Than a WhatsApp Message. And think about it for a second. We live in this incredible digital age, right? Yet we witness this quiet, almost invisible tragedy every single day, the loss of our very best ideas. I mean, how many brilliant observations have you just quickly typed into a text message only for them to completely vanish into the digital ether? Today, we're going to explore exactly how to stop burying your wisdom and start building a real legacy instead using a beautifully simple workflow.
Seriously, ask yourself, how many of your best ideas are currently buried deep inside a WhatsApp chat window, just sitting there in the dark? Jin Lee makes a really striking point in our source material. For most of human history, passing thoughts were, well, just passing. You mentioned something to a friend over coffee, and poof, the thought was gone. But today, the technical barrier between having an idea and sharing it with the entire world has literally vanished.
And that brings us to the core problem. When Jin Lee suggested to his friend Lim that he should start sharing his ideas publicly, Lim just responded, "Haha, my questions are not that important to share." Jin notes that this simple, kind of funny reply actually reveals a massive mental block. We are so conditioned to self-censor before we even begin. We tell ourselves, "Oh, my ideas aren't important enough," or "my questions are too ordinary." And just like that, the thought is gone.
So Jin Lee really challenges us to look closely at our own online behavior. Are you an author, or are you just a relay station? Think about it. A relay station simply forwards viral videos in a group chat, mindlessly distributing whatever content an algorithm chose to keep us scrolling. But an author adds their personal voice. Even if you're just sharing someone else's work, adding literally one sentence about why it made you think, that transforms you from a cog in a viral machine into a true author. That personal voice changes the whole shebang.
All right, Section 1, Overcoming the Mental Block.
So Jin shares the story of another friend who felt super intimidated by AI because, frankly, he knew nothing about IT. But here is the crucial paradigm shift. AI is not an IT hurdle. You really don't need technical expertise. As the source material beautifully explains, AI is simply a probability engine waiting for coordinates. Give it your context, your intent, and your raw material, and it navigates right to the answer. The barrier to publishing isn't technical anymore, it's purely psychological.
Moving on to Section 2, the paradigm shift, where we look at two modes of AI.
Okay, to use AI effectively, we'll really have to understand these two distinct modes. First up, we have director mode. Now this is for adults who have lived life and accumulated ideas, kind of like Jin Lee, who mentions having this whole educational framework sitting inside his head for 30 years. In director mode, you supply the context and the raw material. Maybe it's just a scattered WhatsApp chat. The ideas are entirely yours, but the AI shares the burden of drafting. You direct the refinements until the voice is 100% yours.
But, and this is important, Jin issues a very specific warning to teenagers here, introducing learner mode. If you are young, reading, writing, and learner mode are your path. You absolutely have to build your thinking muscles through the struggle of doing it yourself. In learner mode, you write your own draft first. Then you bring it to the AI to act as a strict tutor or a writing coach. Letting AI just write your essays before you even know how to write for yourself, that's a dangerous shortcut. It's a cognitive debt you're going to have to pay back later.
So to put it super simply, learner mode is the path to build cognitive muscles. Director mode is the destination to execute established ideas when you already know exactly what you want to say. For the rest of this explainer, we are going to focus entirely on director mode and how you can use it to finally unleash those hidden ideas of yours.
Which brings us right to Section 3, the Content Creation Workflow.
Okay, this is the exact flow Jin Lee uses to turn a simple text message into a compelling piece of media. Please note that when you create the explainer video, you have to get the flow correct as follows. The creation process starts with an AI chat in director mode to get the article before it is published on Substack as an article. Got that? Then, the Substack article link is then used as the source in NotebookLM to create the explainer video. Finally, the video is then uploaded to YouTube for sharing. As Jin points out, each of these steps is really just one decision. It's not a new skill, just a simple decision.
Let's break down step 1. You open your AI chat in director mode. First, you give the AI context, like a generic writing template that tells the AI who you are. Then, you provide your creative seed. And the amazing thing here is, this could literally be a WhatsApp exchange you had this morning. The AI produces a draft, and then you step in as the director, refining it, tweaking it, until it sounds unmistakably like you.
Now, step 2 is super simple but totally vital.
You take that finalized draft and you hit publish on a platform like Substack. Pressing publish turns your raw idea into a tangible digital asset. This publish link now becomes the foundational source for everything else we're going to do.
Next up, we bring in delegate mode for step 3. You take your newly published Substack link and you feed it directly into NotebookLM as a source. You navigate over to the Video Overview tab, select your language, and literally just let it generate the explainer video. You are defining the output and handing all the heavy lifting over to the tool. So something you casually typed on your phone is now automatically becoming something people can sit back and watch.
And finally, step 4. You download that generated video and upload it to YouTube. And honestly, here's the best part. You don't even have to broadcast it to the whole internet immediately. You can just keep it unlisted and share the link right back into that original WhatsApp group. Just remember to add your personal voice explaining why you made it. That completes the entire ladder, from a fleeting thought all the way to a published perspective.
And that leads us to section 4, giving your ideas a body.
So why does all this technical workflow actually matter in the grand scheme of things? Well, Jen shares this beautiful philosophy. For most of history, ideas never found a physical form. But today, an article is a body, a video is a body. Once your idea has a body, it's not just a ghost trapped in your mind or lost in a scrolling chat window anymore. It can travel to people you will literally never meet and land with a weight you had no idea it even carried.
Jen refers to this framework called the cube of life. It's a way to look at a life well lived. And one critical dimension of this cube is the legacy you leave behind. It's not just about wealth or job titles, right? It's about the thinking you make visible. A published article, a video channel, these are real deposits into your legacy. Think about it. One day, your grandchildren, or maybe even total strangers, might find what you recorded and be profoundly shaped by your perspective.
Now, if you're sitting there feeling the pressure for everything to be absolutely perfect, I want you to remember this quote. Your first post is not a monument. It is a flag planted in the ground. It's just a marker that says, hey, I was here, I thought this, and I believed it was worth saying. You don't have to build a giant marble monument on day one. You just need to plant the flag.
And this right here is the ultimate takeaway. The world is definitely not short of content. The algorithms absolutely see to that. But the world is desperately short of genuine perspective. The things you think are too ordinary or too small, actually those are exactly what someone else out there needs to hear. You don't need to feel completely ready. You just need a creative seed, an AI partner, and the willingness to just press publish.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What idea have you been waiting to publish? What observation is currently buried in a text thread on your phone that deserves a body of its own? The tools to climb that creative ladder are completely free, and they are waiting for you right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Start planting your flags, and I'll see you next time.